I'm Matt Lane, Senior Game Designer at HB Studios, and you're watching The Game Code.
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the 8th and final episode of MOBA-nomics 101, where we educate you on the world of MOBA games. This time we have a very special guest for you, the one and only Stephanie Pelley. Let's see what she has to say about MOBA games, and don't worry, I'll be back with my commentary.
Okay, so Ian and Blake, and basically everyone associated with the game code who thinks I play entirely too much Warcraft, are going to drag me kicking and screaming into this world of MOBA. But I'm mad? Great, no sweat. I'm not one to turn down an opportunity to play a new game. Hell, I played Leviathan Warships just because it had a sweet jazzy trailer.
So many trailers are fast. Time to take it slow.
More on that in a later episode. So we put it out to the fans which MOBA game they thought I should play. And the winner, albeit by a slight margin, was Dota 2! Yay! So here's what I know so far about Dota 2. 1. 90% of the time is what any of the game code production crew are doing when I can't get a hold of them. 2. That if I play it, I'll be subjected to names like Casual Baby, Noob Scum, Singer, there's a good one, and my favorite, Your Mom. 3. That the original was a Warcraft 3 mod. Now here's the kicker. I hate real-time strategy games. I mean, I hate them. The only one I ever really got into was Ebony, and we don't like to talk about that because that was a really embarrassing time in my life. I know that Dota 2 isn't exactly an RTS, so I'm willing to give it a chance. Moving on. These guys have put me in a Princess Leia getup.
I am obviously in costume.
Took me through the ringer on the laser tag course. And made me dress up as Link and fight Mr. T at PAX East. Needless to say, I have a tendency to say yes to basically anything they want me to do. So let's do the damn thing.
Often I am asked, what does a hero truly need?
Well, I cannot tell you exactly what a hero truly needs, but I can tell you what a brand new MOBA player needs, and that is answers to these questions. How do I play the game? How do I not die and stop feeding the enemy team? How do I avoid making my team mad? Once you teach the player how to do those 3 things, the player will be a happy panda as they could now focus on learning the game instead of sadly looking at the respawn timer or listening to the furious rage of their teammates blasting from their speakers. Dota 2 tries to help out the new players with a tutorial. It tries to involve the player by telling a mini story about the Dragon Knight hero while teaching the player how to buy new items in the shop, how to kill creeps, and other basics. However, it does so on a different map with a randomly placed store and a Keeper of Light constantly giving you mana. What I'm trying to say is this tutorial is pretty much nothing like the real Dota game. And on top of this, it is still confusing to the new player. For example, we had to help Stephanie out with getting to certain places as there's no minimap to show you the location of your next objective. I'm not going to pick on all the negative aspects of the tutorial, as in my opinion there are too many and not enough time to discuss all of them. As a result, we decided to end Stephanie's suffering and gave her a tutorial of our own, by putting her in a game with bots. And as expected, Stephanie kept dying and feeding the enemy team as the tutorial did not teach her the important skills such as staying away from the enemy creeps and avoiding getting hit, or even effectively using the minimap. In the end, Stephanie just kept getting more frustrated as she kept dying while not accomplishing anything. We could see it just wasn't fun for her, and that was just with the bots. Personally, I wanted to put the final nail in the coffin by throwing Stephanie in a real game with real players, just to show her the hospitality of the MOBA community. However, we needed Stephanie for other segments, so we had to cancel that plan. I suppose that is exactly the hardest part about getting into MOBA, moving past the frustration stage, realizing that you absolutely suck, and trying to break everything down for yourself and focusing on the real basics. But no matter what you do, you will have weeks of constant losses, disappointments, and pure uncensored rage ahead of you, before you get that sweet moment of realization that you can actually hold your ground, call that missing hero, counter that carry, and eventually win your first match by carrying the whole team on your back.
Yeah, this. Done.
MOBA is very unforgiving, hard, and punishing, but is perhaps the most rewarding when everything does work out and fall in its rightful place. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is exactly why we love that genre. Before we wrap this up, let's hear Stephanie's own post-game opinion that we recorded.
As you can probably tell, the MOBA genre just is not for me. Personally, I hate pretty much anything I'm not immediately good at, and I think it's safe to say I was not good at Dota 2. At least not immediately good, but I guarantee you if you gave me a few hours to kick it with this game, I would take these guys to noob school and back. But it seems like it's another game that's maybe easy to catch on to, but difficult to master, and I have too many of those in my life right now. As it is, I'm going to stick with the MMOs, but nice try, guys! So when do I get to force you all to play one of my games?
And this wraps up our series of MOBA-nomics 101 segments. This means that the class is indeed dismissed and you're now an official graduate of the MOBA-nomics, ready to venture out into the big and cruel world of MOBA. If you're already getting depressed about the lack of MOBA-nomics in your life, don't worry too much. We love this genre and I guarantee that we'll get creative and make some more segments about MOBA. But for now, good luck and have fun. And don't forget to buy Courier for your team.
4 different game modes. You're gonna ship yourself.